The factors I listed here are some of the key major ones that have quite a big influence on gold prices. So for sure, the first one is your dollar index. So whenever you have a strong dollar, normally people don't go into gold. And vice versa, if you have a weak dollar, normally people will go into gold prices. Now, interest rate obviously is also another important element. When you have high interest rate environment, normally it will not benefit gold price because if a high interest rate, you must keep in mind, gold is an asset class that doesn't pay you interest. If you hold a 1 kilo gold bar now, it doesn't, next 1 month it doesn't give you any interest. Compared to if you put a deposit in a bank, you have a monthly interest or you have a daily interest. So it works a bit different because gold doesn't pay you interest. So when you have a high interest rate environment, normally it will not benefit gold price because a lot of people will actually sell gold and go into other asset classes. Now, global growth is also a key element. Reason being is because, like I mentioned, whenever the economy is bad, you notice historically speaking, whether it's 1930s or 1970s or the Great Tech bubble back in 2000, every of this occasion, you notice gold prices tend to perform very well when the economy starts to get weaker. So global growth is important because whenever global growth starts to slow down, people will actually rush into gold. Now, the fourth one, central bank buying. This is interesting. If you just look at the past, this year alone, year to date, the data shows that central bank especially around Asia, has been buying a lot of gold, especially from China. So later on, I'm just going to share you what's the reason. Jewelry demand is quite natural. That means every year, and I think majority of the country that actually demand a lot of jewelry in terms of gold is actually India. And also China because of population. So jewelry demand to a certain extent is important as well. But obviously there's also other factors that actually influence the gold prices in a much greater effect. So geopolitical tension, it is also another big consideration. Keeping in mind, nowadays we have a lot of geopolitics problem. We have US, China, we have Ukraine, Russia. So as long as this problem still persists, I think this will benefit gold price in the medium term because whenever you have countries that intend to go to war, normally gold prices will jump, even crude oil prices will also jump. Demand and supply. Now, the funny thing about looking at gold market fundamentally is because the demand and supply for gold is actually very fixed. You don't suddenly see 1 year the gold prices, gold demand suddenly pick up or suddenly there's a big supply of gold. We hardly see that compared to other commodities. Gold is actually very balanced. Then obviously you got other US Treasury yield which also have an impact on gold prices.